You are tuned in to Kids
in the Pit.
Hey guys, it's Gabe from Hey guys, it's Gabe from the Kids in the Pit podcast. Today I'm being joined by Mike and Arlene from the Punk Island Music Festival team. Thanks so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Go on.
So for those that don't know, Punk Island is a music festival on Randall Island in New York City. And my band World of Chaos is playing it this year on June 8th, so pretty soon. We're super excited for it. How long have both of you worked on the Punk Island team?
I've been with Punk Island since 2016. My first official stage was in 2017. Mike?
I've been working with it since 2016, playing music in it, and then 2018, I think, was the first time we had a stage.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
How many years has Punk Island been happening?
This is our 17th year. Technically, we lost a couple years because we were MIA for the pandemic, So 2019 was our last year. Then we didn't do anything 2022, 2021, and we came back in we didn't do anything in 2020, 2021. We came back in 2022. Mm-hmm.
Nice. What's your favorite part about the Punk Island Festival?
Me personally, I like that it's the fact that it's the biggest mixed bill that you can find, from hardcore bands, punk bands, crossover stuff, ska bands, pop punk bands, straight up ska band. It's insane.
Yeah. For me, it's basically the same thing. I do like that we don't have elevated stages, so everything's on the ground level and it's very in your face. So there's no separation between artist and crowd.
Nice. So yeah, wait, where was I? Oh yeah, you were saying all the different genres, and we're a thrash band, so that's another genre to add to the thing.
Add to it. That's it.
Also, our friends in Poison Ivy, I know they're playing Punk Island, and we just played with them a couple days ago. I believe it was last Friday.
Oh, word.
Yeah, they're super nice.
They're a fucking kick-ass Jersey band.
That too. So, what are your jobs in organizing?
This year I was in charge of doing food trucks. That ended up getting handled, taken care of. But every year, things are switched up on everybody. Everyone gets different kind of stuff, from porta potties to doing dumpsters, electric.
Yeah, there's a lot to do for me. This year I got the pleasure of being Antonio's right hand, who's our lead organizer. So I got to dig more into the logistics of trying to get our sound permit, anything to do with the fire department, and I specialize in our PR.
Nice. So Punk Island is free. I mean, that's awesome for people that can't afford to go to a festival. How do you guys afford to pay for everything?
So we have a parent nonprofit organization called Make Music New York, and they handle a lot of festivals, smaller shows all over New York City. So they do have a nonprofit grant that they are able to give us some, but throughout the entire year leading up to Punk Island, all of us stage managers, the different organizations that is made up of Punk Island, we try our best to have multiple benefit shows throughout the year. So I know Mike hosts benefit shows up in the upper Hudson Valley. I am in lower Westchester, and we have organizers all over the city that do it too. So that money, it gets, collected. People pay at the door, suggested donations. We go around with a bucket, donate for Punk Island. And that's how we do it.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, all the ones that we do, the benefit shows, they're, no one's going to get turned away if you don't got money, but please pay what you can kind of thing. We're not going to turn you out. I've always seen people do that kind of stuff, and that kills me. I'm like, even if it's a benefit, like, you're not hurting anybody coming in, but, someone else will hopefully pay their way.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Are there any cool food trucks coming and like vendors and stuff? Cool.
This year's food trucks actually are not too crazy. It's just the basic stuff. It's called Arcano that Randall's Island kind of pushes on people. There was a whole issue with trying to get food trucks this year, but we're pressing next year to get them because just like the benefit shows, getting the food trucks to pay a small fee helps us get a little bit more money to get things rolling for bands and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Do you guys have like vendors too?
Yeah, we do. We actually have a separate section. It's not separate, but we call it the Zine Fest. So that's actually being handled this year by Black Girls World, who is a separate organization, and they have their own zine and their own podcast. Christina and Courtney, they're amazing. So they handle in getting different zinesters that have their own programming or other organizations. We also have Mike from Insecurity Hits, who is in charge of our workshops. So we definitely have a lot of different people come in. Some of them are like health and wellness, to like our very chaotic music and very chaotic how Punk Island is. We have people that are going to be doing crocheting this year and teaching you how to like sew on your patches to your vest. So a lot of different things coming our way this year.
Awesome. So what are some bands you're really excited to see this year at the festival?
Ooh, that's a good question. You first, Mike.
What the heck is it? Wow. Title Holder is one of them, and you guys are the other one actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's definitely hard to get away from your stage. As
Those
Mike,
are from my stage too.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I were to check through the list, I'm like, oh, we're a 2-person crew. You know how we run. Like we end up getting thrown volunteers, and we're like, all right, you guys can like run cables with us, but
Yep.
we do DIY shows all the time. So it's just like, all right, we're gonna set up our speakers. We're doing this. All right, cool. And we just hang out near the PA. Like there's 2 of us. It's me and Phil on our stage, and we kind of like we're just there for the most part. We don't leave. So
Is my band on your stage?
yes, it is. And I'm like I just said, aside from Title Holder, you guys are the other band, and I'm like super excited to fucking see.
Yeah, I definitely have to sneak away from my stage and go check you guys out. But for me personally, I'm very excited to see Depresión Tropical. They're a surf park punk band, originally from the city of Mexico, but they came over here to the States and now they live by Coney Island. They're pretty great. They have a lot of, the punk. They have a little bit of Mexican flair. I really love that about them. And also Shakeout. I love Shakeout. They're the 2-piece pop punk band, and they're from Yonkers. So I'm very excited to see them too.
Nice. Yeah, I'm very excited to play. It's gonna be very awesome.
Yeah, it's like you said too, like you have Poison Ivy playing. Like I have so many friend bands that are on other stages here. I'm like, oh, it's so fucking sick that you decided to pick them. Like
Yeah.
without even trying to like push it. It's just like, oh, that's so sick. That's so
I
awesome.
know. I feel the same way. Like, who was it? Mosey Jones is playing the Pigeon Pack stage. Trying to escape my stage to go see them too. At some point, I know Leg Drop, Nate, who is the organizer of the Sister Rosetta stage, he has a new band coming out, and they're called No Weapon, and this is their debut. So I kind of want to try to sneak away too to see them.
Yep. But yeah, I'm super excited. We've never played New York City. Oh, I mean, we've never even played New York State. We've never played
Oh shoot.
We've played New Jersey. Yeah, we've played New Jersey. We played PA. We played Massachusetts. We've gone down to like South Carolina, but surprisingly, we haven't gone to New York yet. But aren't there going to be like 3 shows or something? On what? New York? Maybe. This one's definitely confirmed, and there's
this is the only confirmed
and then the 2 in December that are possible.
one.
Well, I thought there were 2 in December.
Oh, and maybe what was the whole thing, but
Let's talk afterwards. Maybe do something in the Hudson Valley.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, super stoked for it. What are some bands who have played previous years that are super memorable?
Oh, dude. Cop Out, a friend of ours, Joey. He had a stage for a long time as Dispatches from the Underground. He was also in a band called All Torn Up. But Cop Out, I friggin' love them.
Oh, he's actually in Skullcaster too at one point.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Seppuku Pistols, like a
Oh, they were
30-piece
amazing.
Japanese like drum band. They were insane. That was like super memorable.
Yeah, that was like back in 2017, right? Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
crazy. They were really, really good. I'm trying to think.
Before I cared about Reviver, I got to stare at him face to face on a stage. It's just like, oh, this is great. There's like thinking like if I really were to like write it down and think about it, there's tons of insane bands that have come through in the past.
Yeah, there is. We got really lucky, and we're hoping to get more down the line. You know, a lot of memorable things happening this year too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I've never been to Punk Island before. What is something I should know?
Bring water, sunscreen.
Stay hydrated. Whatever you think you need of water, double it.
Nice.
It's
That's good.
definitely like a fun field day. You know, bring some snacks, bring your water,
Earplugs.
earplugs.
Yep.
Earplugs. Bring earplugs.
Yeah.
Yep. So do you guys both live in New York City?
I live in New York. Yes, I'm a born and raised Bronx kid.
I live in the Hudson Valley. I live out in the woods. Ugh.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really big commute coming down to Punk Island.
Yeah, it's I mean, I do it daily because I work down there, but it's an hour and 20. You know, Randall's Island specifically is like a super easy spot to get to for anyone coming north, east, west, even south. Like, yeah, I would say when you're coming up though, try to avoid going through Manhattan. You know, if you can do the GW and just kind of stay up like in the Bronx, it's a much easier move for a lot of people for traffic wise and all that kind of stuff. But you know, being on Randall's Island, it's like super easy for that kind of traffic too for people out of town.
Yeah, and there's public transportation too that comes onto the island. There's a bus that takes you directly like in walking distance where we're at the Harlem picnic events area. So it's like right there, like maybe like a 5-minute walk from the bus stop.
Same bus you used to take for the Warped Tour.
Is it?
It's the same bus you used to take for Warped Tour, yeah, because they do Gov Ball there too. So yeah.
Oh, right.
I'm going to Warped Tour in DC. Yeah, because my mom's selling merch for Comeback Kid.
Oh shoot.
They like asked her like a week ago or so, and I mean, of course we said yes. We get to go to Warped Tour for free. So
yeah, that's pretty sick.
They say.
Wait.
They said.
Oh yeah, this time is gonna be different.
Bring out the dead.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah, close enough.
Wake up the dead. Make no new lyrics. Ad lib it.
That's good enough.
So wait, so like is the park like, or I don't know, Randall's Island? Is it just? Do you guys have to pay for that, or is it just like a public area?
We have to reserve our spot and get permits for it.
Okay. Nice. So wait, is it like? What's it like? Is it an actual island, or is it just?
Yeah, it's an actual island. It's right in between the Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. So those 3 boroughs are pretty accessible to get from to Randall's. It's just a giant island. There's a lot of different fields there, like soccer fields. A lot of people
sports parks.
Yes, for games, for baseball, stuff like that. Especially because those big fields are not that accessible in Manhattan as they are everywhere else. So yeah, and they have like specific areas where you could put events together. like Mike was saying, golf ball used to be down there at one point.
Yeah. Yeah, and even our thing is like right behind Icahn Stadium, where like they do pretty big events there too, like sporting stuff. But
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have you had any bands younger than us play? Because I'm 13.
Color Killer,
Yes, we had. I
this
think
is
they
like
were
years
like
ago too. So
11. I think they were like 11 or 12.
That's crazy.
They beat you by like a little cusp, but that was like
Somebody from Bane's like nephew.
It is?
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Aaron Dahlbeck's nephew, I think,
now we know.
I did not know
from
that.
Massachusetts.
Nice. Yeah. So what was the first punk show that you attended and how old were you?
12 years old.
Yep. Well,
It
okay.
was probably like punk rock shows. Probably 12 years old. Back in like Zoomies, they used to do the couch tour. If
Okay.
you remember, this is like back in the day. And I actually went up to Albany to go check it out. This band Arkham. They're on Vulcan Records like back in the day.
Wait. What do you Okay. Oh, Zoomies. Yeah.
In the mall,
Like
right?
the mall?
In a mall, yeah. There was like a free show in a mall, and they let all these kids in. People were moshing and all that. Yeah. My dad drove me up to it.
That's pretty sick. For me, I didn't go into any shows until I was like 14, 15, like a freshman in high school. Back in the Bronx, we used to have a really lively underground scene, and we had the Bronx Underground. It was all their shows were like maybe like $7. A lot of old school DIY bands would play there in the basement of a church, actually.
That's sick.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. Do you have a favorite movie?
Ooh, favorite movie. I don't know.
I had to go ask my wife if I have a favorite movie, but if you go like genre, I think I could pull them out.
Horror, maybe? Do you like? I don't know. Do you like horror?
I love horror movies.
Okay, then horror works.
Not a fan
Friday
of
the
horror.
13th is pretty kick ass. My
Ooh,
little boy, you killed my
I like the
little
John Wick
boy.
movies. The John
Oh.
Wick movies are
I don't
good.
think I've seen it, but
Mhm.
I've heard of John Wick.
They're good action movies. I like action movies. I like superhero movies.
Nice.
Mhm.
So I guess if you could tell your 13-year-old self anything at all, what would you tell him?
Them.
Said them. Why just
I
said
thought you said him.
Like,
Uh,
what would you tell him?
focus more on school. Seriously, do a little better in school.
That's so funny. Because I would be a little bit the opposite. I was such a nerd in school. I was very focused on classes. So I don't know. I think I would say get involved with my local scene a lot earlier than I did.
Yeah,
Like start getting involved now.
maybe you guys could just like trade a little bit of your academics with each other, so you could be.
That's
a
why
little
we do
less
Punk
smart,
Island.
a little smart.
Yeah.
That's why we do Punk Island. We come in together. We make it happen.
That is true. That is true. We do have a lot of different strengths, so it helps us.
Arlene actually helped. She did the PR for my band's full length record that we released a couple of years ago.
Nice.
So yeah,
That's a lot
yeah.
of
So we worked together a bit aside from
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Punk Island.
Yeah, we did. It was a lot of fun. I love that record. Highly recommended if you haven't checked out RBNX.
Yeah. Have we listened to RBNX yet?
No.
We should soon.
You should.
Yeah.
In the car with it.
Yeah. Do you have anything else to add for wrap it up?
Yeah. Definitely this all can only happen if people come out to benefit shows during the year. This is all volunteer. Like Mike doesn't get paid. I don't get paid. We really do it for love of music and, our community.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
All right. Well, thanks to Mike and Arlene for joining me today, and thanks to all you for watching or listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Spotify and other streaming platforms. Until next week, bye.
Peace.
Bye.